Alright guys, I just want to do this quick coaching video about embracing failure and why you must embrace failure and even get good at failing in order to finally start winning in life. Because one thing that school, parents, and teachers and society have failed to teach you is that failure is actually your friend, okay? Whenever I start a new project, whenever I get involved in something that I'm not familiar with, something that I'm not good at, something that I want to become good at, something that I want to become the best in the world at, one thing that I want to very quickly start doing is failing, okay? Now, why would I want to start failing, right? The reason why I want to start failing is because when I start failing, I start learning. I start seeing what mistakes I'm making and how to fix those, okay? That way, the next time I come back, I'm even better, I'm smarter, I'm stronger, I'm faster, I'm more efficient, I'm more knowledgeable. Because as I've taught you guys, you don't learn from pleasure, you learn from pain. You learn from not getting it right. You learn from doing things wrong. You learn from embarrassment, okay? You are gonna learn the most from pain, okay? You will learn 1,000 times more from pain than you ever will learn from pleasure. Because when you're doing things right and you get things right, you really have no motivation to try to get any better, right? You have no motivation to try to fix all those other things that you're doing wrong. But when you're failing at life and you're failing at, the things that you're trying to accomplish, that's when you'll learn the most. Assuming that you pick yourself back up and you get your ass back out there and you try again, okay? And it doesn't mean to go stir crazy and try a bunch of things that aren't working for you, okay? It means that you have to go out there and try something else, do things differently. Just did a coaching video here on my channel talking about how I built a 7-figure business on my cheap $99 laptop, right? Which I did. Which eventually ended up being my pickup and dating business. However, I had about a dozen failures before that, right? And the funny thing was I was already teaching pickup and dating years earlier. The thing was I was doing it all wrong, basically, right? I had to basically go back to it and change what I was doing to make it more efficient, to make it work, okay? To make it scale. And once I did that, once I fixed it, the business took off. Okay, it took off, and now I've got this beautiful DeLorean here. Look at this car. This car is gorgeous, right? I look at this car, and this car is an example of a guy who failed a bunch of times and then finally got it right. Okay, because you're never gonna get it right the first time. Right? And it's actually bad if you do get it right the first time. You'll see this happen to a lot of, say, like an artist, right? Like, say a lot of these guys who are like musicians or rappers, whatnot, right? They might get a one-hit wonder. Like their first album will totally crush it, will kick ass. And then all of a sudden, you never hear from them again. They disappear, they're a one-hit wonder. Why? What happened, right? It's because they got success a little too early. Got success a little too early. You might see this with a lot of professional athletes, right? Their first year, rookie year, they just crush it, right? They get MVP. They're just crushing the stats, and they think from then on out it's going to be easy street. And then next thing you know, they come back the next year, and they're a completely different player. Then they come back a third year, and they're all washed up already. And next thing you know, fourth year, they're out of the league, gone. Right, so it's not always good to get it right the first time because it gives you a false sense of confidence. Even in entrepreneurship, right? In entrepreneurship, I run an entrepreneurs group in Los Angeles. We've got over 1,500 members, right? Over 1,500 members in this group. And I always tell these people it's actually a bad thing when you start a business. It's your first business and you make money very quickly because you haven't failed yet. So if anything happens in that business, if you go through a failure, you're not going to have the tools to be able to deal with it. you're not going to have the self-efficacy to deal with it and overcome it. And a lot of times, that's what happens. I've seen a lot of newbie entrepreneurs kind of like strike gold with some new app, some new website, some new product, and then all of a sudden when the product fizzles out, they can't repeat it. They can't find another product to replace it with. And then they're just kind of stuck. They're stuck trying to duplicate their original success because they've never dealt with failure. Now they're dealing with failure, right? After they've had this huge, enormous success, their entire career now is spent trying to live up to that success. So that's why it's not always good. It's just, sometimes it's better just come from the bottom and keep failing and failing and failing, because any little success that you have, you're going to appreciate, and you're going to be like, whoa, look at this. You know, I made $100 today. This is huge. The thing about achieving success, especially in today's super competitive world, is you have to have what's something called resilience, okay? You have to be self-resilient, okay? You have to be very resilient, because you're going to deal with failure. And this is something that you're going to deal with in every aspect of your life, whether it's financial failure, relationship failure, dating failure, fitness failure, right? I know people who their weight just kind of bounces up and down. You know, I had that problem for a little while too, until I finally fixed it. But you're going to deal with failure. It's a part of life, okay? You're always going to be dealing with failure. And the way to finally beat failure is you have to be resilient. You have to be willing to get back up, dust yourself off, and try again, okay? Try something different. Try a different path. Try a different idea, okay? Be more creative. Stop being so freaking tactical, and instead start being more strategic, because that is how you get success in this world. It is not by putting your head down once you fail and just, you know, burying yourself in your failure and going, oh, I'm never gonna make it, and then throwing in the towel. If you have such little belief in yourself that you can't make it, then you won't. I want you to stop thinking of failure as a bad thing, and I want you to start thinking of it as a good thing, a thing that can help you. It can help you become better. It can help you to start winning in life, to start thriving, so you're no longer coping like the rest of the world. The reason why I'm out here shooting coaching videos, running my own business, being a self-made millionaire, having other businesses now that I'm acquiring, the reason why I have that freedom is because I've embraced failure. I'm okay with failing. Even the business ventures and the businesses that I acquire now, right, which are mostly cash flowing websites, even those, they don't always go well. Right? I'm being completely honest. We picked up some losers here and there, right? That I'm like, you know, and we failed. And instead of looking at that going, oh my gosh, look how much money I blew on that one, you know, I go, okay, how can we fix this? Is there a way we can make this work? What can we do to make this work? What else can we use this site for other than what it's failing at? How can we turn this into a win? You know, how can we make lemonade out of lemons? How can we do this, right? I don't start like freaking out thinking, oh my gosh, stupid me, stupid, all this money's gone. You know, no, I'm like, how can we fix this, right? It's part of being stoic, right? You have to be stoic. And I'm not talking about stoic as just writing books, but actually practice stoicism. I did a coaching video on stoicism and I promoted a particular author, but I recently realized, you know, I've since unfollowed this author, but he used to write books on stoicism. He just wasn't following what he teaches, and I have a big problem with that, with like somebody who does not follow what they teach. Like somebody who will like write a book, New York Times best-selling author, writes a book, gets all this praise, but doesn't actually follow what he teaches. Mind-boggling, man, mind-boggling. You can see this all over this guy's social media. Does not practice stoicism at all, but writes books on it. So I just practice this stuff. You have to be stoic, guys. You have to be stoic. You have to believe in yourself, have faith in yourself, and most of all, you have to embrace failure, okay? If you want to achieve anything in life, if you want to win, if you want to get ahead in life, if you want to buy DeLoreans, you have to embrace failure, okay? This car came as a result of over a dozen business failures, okay? I'm just pointing this car out because I'm driving it today. I mean, I could easily point out my Corvette too. I have a 65 Corvette that I featured in a lot of my other coaching videos, and that car too, result of a dozen failures, okay? To finally achieving success. Imagine if I stopped at the 6th or the 7th failure. I would have just went back to my corporate job. I wouldn't be here today. I'd be out here on the road like everybody else driving home right now. People are driving home from work. There was a lot of traffic there earlier. People are coming and going from work. I don't even have to do that. I could get up when I want, do what I want, doesn't matter. I could work when I want. If I don't want to work, I don't have to work. I mean, technically I could retire if I wanted, right? I choose not to. Imagine if I stopped at the 6th or 7th failure. I was talking about that, but most people, right? Most people, they stop at the first failure. The first sign of failure, they quit. Don't be a little bitch, all right? Don't quit. And this is the same thing with my, when I take guys out for boot camp, when we do pickup together. I have a low tolerance for that. Okay, I have a low tolerance for that. There's some times where I go on boot camp and I'm just tired. I haven't gotten enough sleep, right? I'm a little tired and a little wired. I'm just not in the mood for anybody's shenanigans, like even if they're like on my boot camp, right? And then, of course, we'll always get that newbie who just, he approached one girl, she blew him out, and now he wants to quit. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me, dude? It's your first approach of the night, and you already want to quit. You did one approach, you struck out once, and you already want to quit. We have 3 more days of this. 3 more nights, you want to quit. And then I, of course, have to encourage them to stay, and they always never, ever regret. And the beauty of that, too, is when they get rejected right away, and then later on, they start to do well in the boot camp, and then they start to get girls that don't reject them, that are into them, that like them, and they see it working, they appreciate it 1,000 times more, rather than the student who comes on and then he knocks it out of the park. He gets a girl to make out with him, the first approach, she's on him and everything else, and then the rest of the boot camp he's sucking. I've noticed that. So I prefer it better for the student to get blown out right away, and then see if he has the resilience and the self-efficacy to pick himself back up and not turn into a little bitch and be like, oh, these chicks, they're all looking for chads, they're all sluts, they're all whores, screw this, I want to get off this boot camp. Like, no, don't be a little bitch, man. No, we're going to finish this boot camp. I'm going to finish it with you. We're going to do it together, okay? Stop being a little bitch, dust yourself off. Sorry she rejected you, on to the next one. And a lot of times I will make the guy go back and approach the girl if I felt he did something wrong. And I'm like, nope, you can fix this. This is how you fix it. Go fix it, right? And if he doesn't want to go in there alone, or if it's a little bit too advanced for him to fix, I will wing him and I'll be like, I will go in the set with you, reopen the set for you, okay? And I'm going to help you close this girl. And I'll do that. I mean, a lot of times, I've helped these guys like close girls who ended up becoming their girlfriends. I've helped guys like meet their future wives. It's insane, right? And these are chicks that these guys wanted to be like, no, she's not into me. She told me to go away. No, she said she had a boyfriend. On to the next. I'm like, no, she's just telling you that. It's just a shit test, trust me. I'm like, let's go back in the set. And the guy's like, oh my God, I'm embarrassed. We're gonna reopen. I'm like, we're gonna reopen, bitch. Let's go, right? And then we reopen the set, and then I get the set warmed up for him, and then the girl starts to see his real personality. Then she realized, like, oh, he's actually kind of cool. See? Right? And then next thing you know, months later, this guy's sending me photos. He's on vacation with this chick. He's like, remember that girl? She's my girlfriend now. And I'm like, oh, well, what do you know? You mean the girl that you said was a bitch and she told you she has a boyfriend? Who's the boyfriend? You're the boyfriend, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right? See what happens? Just a little bit of effort, a little bit of self-efficacy. Stop quitting so early, for Pete's sakes. Stop giving up on yourself. Believe in yourself. Bet on yourself. Take some risks, for Pete's sakes. You're not going to be here forever. So until next time, I'm going to wrap up here. This is Matt Cross from Alpha Male Secrets signing out. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so that you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on my YouTube channel. Okay? More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Helps me out a ton when you guys subscribe, so please make sure you subscribe as well, and share my coaching videos with other like-minded friends of yours so that we can reach other men and help other men too. Okay? So make sure you subscribe to my channel and make sure your buddies subscribe as well. And if you want to support my work, my content, all of this high-value knowledge that I'm teaching you here on my Alpha Male Secrets channel even further, the best way to do that is by becoming a premium subscriber of my premium Alpha Male Secrets channel, which I am hosting on a private platform away from YouTube. And the reason why I'm doing that is to protect my content from YouTube, protect them from demonetizing or deleting my channel completely, right? This is why I'm hosting my premium content on a private platform to protect it. That way nobody could ever take us down, because I'm actually paying for that platform. So if you want to become a premium subscriber of my premium Alpha Male Secrets channel, it's real easy to sign up. It's only $1 for the entire first month of premium coaching lessons from me, by the way, only $1. And all you need to do to sign up is click the link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you could get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video. We sign out with this incredible DeLorean. Until next time.